Welcome back to yet again another professional wine fest. Today's topic is about a game I recently paid $60 for. So earlier this month, Donkey Kong Country Returns returned again for the third time. And yeah, basically Nintendo felt the need to price this game at $60 for some reason, despite pricing Metroid Prime Remastered at $40. And spoiler alert, it was a better port. So you might be asking, well, you're not required to buy it, so why did you? Well, I'm gonna be transparent here. I've been playing Donkey Kong Country Returns ever since it released in 2010. It's my second favorite video game ever made. I've replayed this game multiple times, played it on Wii, 3DS. I simply can't get enough of this game, so it was unrealistic for me to not pick this version up. And guess what? It kinda sucks even without considering the price point. Now, I'll be real, I don't agree with the graphics complaints necessarily. I get there are some issues with the level backgrounds looking worse, but the resolution and new textures, in my opinion, look great. My big issue with this version is pretty simple. It has frame rate issues, and I'm not kidding either. Check out the Digital Foundry video if you aren't convinced. The game ran at a perfect 60 FPS back in 2010, and now it has frame hiccups 15 years later. This is utterly unacceptable. I should not have to explain why this is one of the worst full-price ports in the history of gaming. It is literally a rushed, overpriced port that runs objectively worse than the original game. Pardon my French, but that is fucking unacceptable. Also, it's not the only issue either. There's a really big issue with the multiplayer, and if you want to learn more about that, I recommend this video by Kong Compendium. But I want to focus on the frame rate of this port because, look, yes, I am a bit picky with frame rate, but that shouldn't take away from the fact that this game runs objectively worse than the original game. Can we all agree on that at least? Like, if you personally are not annoyed by frame drops or inconsistent frame rate in general, that's perfectly fine. I'm not forcing you to think the same way as me. But what I am saying is that this is the reality we live in. This version objectively runs worse. Now, you might also be asking, how the hell did they manage to make a 15-year-old game run worse than the original? Here's my theory. I think it has something to do with the new engine. I'm pretty sure the original game ran on Unity, meanwhile the Switch version was remade to run on Unreal Engine 2, which, unfortunately, they did not optimize correctly because the game stutters now. I do not think it's a problem with the Switch hardware, but since the game runs in 1080 and has new lighting physics and all that, maybe that could be the case. I still think it's an issue with optimization, however. I'm still holding up hope that it runs better on the Nintendo Switch, but yeah, I doubt it. Now, on my main channel, I made a YouTube short about this situation, which if you didn't know, this isn't my main channel. My main channel is called Wyvern. It's more so a video essay channel, whereas this channel is commentary. So the comment section of this YouTube short is a bit interesting. Most people understand what I'm saying. Some people were mad that I didn't show enough evidence of the game stuttering, which I did show footage that was lagging, but it's a bit difficult to make out when you aren't playing the game. So I don't blame anybody for not believing me. There were some people that I guess felt the need to defend this shitty port for some reason. Somebody says, my guy saw a half-second stutter after playing for 8 hours straight and went like, guys, I have some disappointing news. There's something big I have to tell you about. To which I replied by saying he's defending a bad port by downplaying the issue, and telling him to watch Digital Foundry's video for more information, which, let's not get it twisted, this is absolutely downplaying the situation. The game lags noticeably in a good bit of the levels. As someone who 100%ed this version, to imply that it's only a one-time occurrence is textbook downplaying, but I'm pretty sure in a follow-up reply this guy just said he was just joking. Then we have this guy who hilariously tried to say it was my Switch that was the problem, but after I showed him the Digital Foundry video, he was understanding about it, so no big deal. Then we have this comment which says the stutter was on 3DS, which I'm pretty sure it wasn't. However, he is right that the 3DS version had its frame rate cut in half due to hardware reasons. So yeah, I do still prefer the Switch version to the 3DS version. The difference is the 3DS version wasn't $60, so here we have another guy who said he never saw a stutter, but then once he saw the Digital Foundry video, he realized it. So yeah, props to him. Then we have this comment, which is just straight up awesome. Bro, where did it stutter? Why can't you share the level which it stuttered? Which I did show footage of the levels that stuttered, but once again, it's hard to see it unless you're the one making the inputs. So I don't inherently blame people for not seeing it. Stop being a hater. You can still go and play the PS5 games. Dude, this is awesome. I'm not gonna make fun of this comment anymore since it's obviously written by someone very young, but I did think it was worth sharing. And also, I'm kinda sad because there was another extremely funny comment, but it seems to have been deleted. There was a comment where a guy tried to blame it on my internet, and That's just perfection. You know what? You just destroyed my argument with facts and logic. Anyway, if you're looking to play Donkey Kong Country Returns, it's an amazing video game, but here's my advice. Buy the Wii version for 15 bucks and call it a day. Either that or just emulate it. Anyway, that's about it. Have a good day.